So you know that one friend that always looks so effortlessly put together? No matter where they're going, no matter what they're doing, they always look so presentable. Well, today you become that one friend. Because it's not just simply about the clothes, okay? It's about the details, the energy. It's not just about the price tag. And if you think looking expensive is just about spending more money, I fear that's not always the case. So let's break down 9 ways to master looking expensive without actually having to break the bank. Some of these don't actually require more money. It's just about creativity and using what you already have. If you are new here, my name is Sabrina and I talk a lot about fashion, handbags, and styling. So if that is everything that you like and more, I think you might like it here. So let's get into how exactly we're going to look so utterly expensive, okay? We're gonna look rich. Poombie, you can't get into mommy's room. You wanna say hi to my channel? I feel like I've not introduced my dog on this channel ever before, so I feel like maybe now is the time. Oh, there you go. He totally just ruined my makeup. That's okay. Okay, you went down? Okay. Okay, now let's actually discuss step number 1. I'm gonna start off with the most important rule. I think this rule goes above any other rule I'm going to mention, and that is fit. Fit over the actual vanity metrics, whatever is actually on the label does not matter. The fit is what matters. If your clothing fits you so nicely and it looks like it was made for you, it fits you like a glove, trust me, it shows. What does not show is the label that is within those pants, those trousers, those jeans. It does not matter. No one else is gonna see that except for you. Not to mention the size on the actual product is probably wrong, okay? They are shrinking those sizes like no other, okay? Don't even pay attention. I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I know. The sooner you stop buying clothing that's in your size and the sooner you start buying the clothing that actually fits you properly is when your style instantly elevates. Top notch, okay? You should be wearing the clothes should not be wearing you, and if the clothes are just form-fitting, restricting, you have no movement, that is a clear indication that that size is not for you. Tailoring is also very, very important, especially when it comes to length on pants and trousers. If you can get the right proper length, I promise you it goes a mile of a difference, because it's going to be tailored to you. It's not going to be tailored to everybody in the masses. The clothing in these stores is for the masses, okay? It's for everybody. It's not tailored to us, which is why we have to take it to a tailor. You know, it's an added extra effort. I get that, totally understand. I don't get all my clothing tailored for me, but there are certain pieces that I absolutely need to get hemmed and I need to get altered. And I just feel like once you get it altered, once you get it hemmed, you actually gravitate towards it much more. I feel like when I have clothing that actually fits me so well, I want to wear those constantly. Like, have you ever had a pair of jeans that fit you so well and you constantly wear those, and those jeans end up actually being your most #1 worn jean? It's because we feel so good in them. We feel confident in them. They fit us like a glove. We wear the clothes. We don't have the clothes wearing us. As opposed to the pieces that I know don't fit me well, I know that I don't look the best in, I almost feel like I don't gravitate towards those pieces and I end up not wearing them. Stop focusing on the size that is listed on those garments and focus on actually buying things or wearing things that actually fit your body type. Having clothes fit you properly is such a confidence boost, and I promise you it'll make you look that much more expensive. Steam and iron your clothing. Probably not what you want to hear. And you know what? I get it. Many people, including myself, are like, you know what? That's an extra layer. I don't want to do that. I can't be bothered to bring out the iron. Totally, totally fair. But I do think it makes a world of a difference, especially with materials like satin, silk, linen, even though linen is going to crease no matter what. I mean, you tried. But when it comes to large pieces like, you know, trousers, that's half of your body, it makes a world of a difference because people see that right away. They just see creases, they see a mess, and honestly, it does make a world of a difference and definitely does make you look more expensive. When your clothing is steamed, ironed, you feel fresh, clean, ready to take on the rest of the day, versus when you have creases, it looks more of a messy look. It doesn't look as presentable as a steam crisp look. Personally, I don't even own a steamer. I actually am in very much need of a steamer. I just have an iron and an ironing board. But when it comes to investments, I'm like, you know what? I have so many other things to invest in than a steamer. Things like white t-shirts, satin skirts. I used to always iron my bed. I wish I could honestly go back to that. I just don't have the time anymore. But I will say a crisp ironed bed, wow, truly amazing. Even jeans, if you fold your jeans, you might have those crisp lines in them. Getting rid of those, world of a difference. So I would advise either to invest in a steamer or an iron. Maybe you don't need both, but definitely one of the two. Invest in natural fiber knits. The second I started to invest in wool or cashmere knits, I feel luxurious. I feel like I can conquer the world. Not to mention those natural fiber knits will last you exponentially longer than a polyester knit. Now, both a polyester and a natural fiber knit are going to naturally pill, and I think a lot of people are hesitant towards investing in natural fiber knits because of the pilling. And what I would say to that, like the steamer or the iron, you're going to have to invest in a fabric shaver or a pillar of some sort of device. Now, personally, I don't like the electric shavers because I do find over time when you're using that, it's going to shave down the actual fibers of the knit, as opposed to something more manual like this. This I just got off Amazon. I will link it down below, but it is just a simple, it's called a fabric fixer. It's for cashmere and wool combos. Something like this where it's not actually sharp, but it's just simply getting rid of the actual pills on top as opposed to thinning out the knit. So totally up to you. I understand this is a little bit more manual. You know, this is a lot more work than the electric shaver, which does the work for you. Which also leads me to my next point, because if you're going to invest in the natural fiber knits, make sure to get rid of the pills. I feel like when it looks pilly, it looks a little bit messy, and if you just took the time to get rid of those pills, you will have this beautiful, luxurious knit that you feel and you look great in. If there is one thing to invest in your wardrobe, it would be absolutely a natural fiber knit, because you will have them for years. And if you buy a classic crew neck or a turtleneck, those will never go out of style. Number 4, when you can, opt for real leather as opposed to faux leather or vegan leather. Honestly, there are so many names I can't keep up. Now, faux leather is essentially just plastic, so over time it'll eventually start to shed and the plastic will start to break up. As opposed to real leather, you will definitely wear it in, okay? It definitely will not be like when you first bought it, but real leather, once it's worn in, definitely does not have the same effect as faux leather. Depending on obviously the leather, I do find real leather takes a while to break in, as opposed to maybe faux leather, which honestly can break in pretty easily. And what I've learned over the past couple years is that I will never invest in a faux leather belt, especially a belt which you use a lot of, because something like an actual leather belt will last you years to come. The same thing applies with handbags. For me, I've noticed a rise in prices when it comes to faux leather handbags, and I just don't find that a faux leather handbag is going to last me in the same way as a real leather handbag. And I think I've spoken about this in a couple of my videos, but we live in a time where we have the pre-love market is just utterly booming. We have so many handbags at our fingertips. All we have to do is simply look online, and I just don't feel the need to buy a faux leather handbag when there are so many actual real leather handbags that I can either buy on the pre-love market or I can go in store and buy. To me, it's an investment that I'm not willing to make, and I'm only willing to make an investment on long-term products, which I know will last me, and I feel that way towards real leather. One of the key giveaways to a messy look is seeing leather shed. I just feel like that is not a good look. And if you want to look expensive, chic, effortless, whatever it is, I would highly advise investing in something that will last you the test of time, because trust me, it shows. Which leads me to point number 5, okay? Accessorize. I think the easiest way to look effortlessly chic, expensive, put together is with a pair of shades, a pair of sunglasses. Cover those eyeballs with a chic pair of sunglasses, because honestly, you can burn your eyeballs, okay? Or your cornea, whatever it is. There's something about a pair of sunglasses that make me feel confident, powerful, like I can take on the world, like no one else can with me. One of my style icons actually is Victoria Beckham, and she always wears these oversized sunglasses, and I love it. But something about covering the eyes, it's almost like a little bit like, what's going on over there? A little curiosity. Make the people curious about you, okay? You are expensive, you are powerful, but what's behind those eyes? Make people wonder, okay? And I feel like a sunglass is the perfect way to do that. Now, if you don't have a thing for sunglasses, what about a scarf? Okay, you can wear a scarf in so many different ways. A headband over the neck, I feel like is so chic, okay? That is a definitely way to look expensive. A little wrist moment on your bag, okay, as a little twilly moment. You can even wear it as a belt or around the waist, okay? There are so many ways that you can incorporate a scarf into your style. Plus, there are so many different variations of scarves. I mean, just Google scarves, you'll find many. I do find it is really all about the details, and the details go a long way. Scarves, sunglasses, also jewelry. Okay, jewelry definitely does play a big part. For me, growing up, honestly, until the past maybe 2 years, I have always been a clothing person. I still am, but I really neglected accessories in my style. I feel like there was always something missing, and I still kind of am figuring that out. But in recent years, now that I've started to really invest in my capsule pieces, I am now taking it up a notch. I'm now buying into accessories that I think will fit my style and will last me. Jewelry, hair accessories, shoes, bags. There's so many ways to really take your outfit up a notch and to look more expensive put together. 2 things to look out for that really cheapen your outfit and your look is overexposed zippers and cheap buttons. And when I say overexposed zippers, I mean zippers that are chunky, big chunky zippers on the clothing, or zippers that go down the entire dress. The reason for those chunky zippers are just for the brand to cut costs, and they are absolutely not benefiting your look. They're absolutely not making your look more expensive. And when it comes to buttons, I try and stay away from really yellow gold buttons. I also try and stay away from tortoiseshell buttons. I just don't find that the tortoiseshell is really ever a great tortoiseshell. One thing that you can do if you really like the piece but you just don't like the buttons are the only thing that are off from that piece. You can definitely go for the piece, but then go to your local arts and crafts store and find buttons that actually work for you and that you actually do like. And then you can take the buttons and go to your local tailor or dry cleaner, whatever it is, and they can replace those buttons for you. Yes, it's definitely a lot more effort. I mean, you're sourcing and buying and then having someone replace the buttons. It's definitely a lot more work. But again, it is all in the details, and I promise you buttons do make a difference. I remember this TikTok video that honestly I saw maybe 2 years ago at this point, but she bought this Zara, I think it was a red cardigan or almost like a tweed jacket, and she replaced the buttons with Chanel buttons that she found on Etsy, and I thought that idea was so smart. I loved it. Personally, I don't have the funds for the Chanel tweed jacket quite yet, maybe one day, but I love the idea of finding buttons on Etsy, for example, and just replacing those with something that you currently already have, kind of giving it a new life. Again, this is more effort, but it gives a level of personalization that you will not buy in store and you will not find anyone else wearing. It's just an extra touch, okay? It's all about the details. When in doubt, stick to neutrals, okay? There has been so many times where I'm like, what am I gonna wear? And honestly, it's a monochrome outfit, okay? Monochrome outfit or neutral outfit will never do you wrong. Listen, I hate to bring up the word quiet luxury, okay? And old money, I hate those terms, but all of them wear neutral colors, and it's for a reason, because they look clean and they go with everything in your wardrobe. They are very versatile pieces. There is nothing, in my opinion, that screams more expensive than a monochrome outfit. It looks like you put so much effort into it, but honestly, you didn't. You're just wearing the same color for the entire look, which sometimes actually can be a pain. Personally, for me, I'm trying to incorporate more browns and whites, just any other color but black. I feel like I own a lot of black. For me, I can do a black monochrome outfit, you know, in my sleep, but I can't do that with a white and a brown. And in that case, it definitely gets expensive. Therefore, it looks expensive. For me personally, I have to buy a brown coat, a brown bag, brown shoes, maybe brown tights. A lot of that does add up, and therefore that's why it looks expensive. So when in doubt, stick with neutrals and stick with the monochrome outfit, okay? You can never go wrong with that. And my last and final tip is a very important tip, and this is something that you might have already heard, and it's called the sandwich method. Now, the sandwich method is essentially matching the top and the bottom either by texture or by color, which is essentially the bread, and then in the middle, which is likely going to be your belt, you're going to add a contrasting element. That middle is essentially the filling of the sandwich, if you will. Now, a lot of people think that your belt and your shoes need to match, which yes, by all means, sure, go ahead, and that can also be the filling of the sandwich. Now, by having the top and the bottom match with the contrasting element in the middle, you're essentially balancing out the outfit. Creating a visually balanced outfit by matching the color scheme of the top and the bottom with a mix of something contrasting in the middle is going to give a cohesive look. The top and the bottom kind of balance each other out, while the middle portion adds some sort of interest, and it makes your eyes go towards the entire outfit as opposed to just simply one portion of the outfit. This method was definitely trendy all over TikTok, but it's trendy for a rightful reason, and it's a great styling technique. And if you have a good style outfit that looks steamed, clean, put together, you will immediately look more expensive, I can assure you. I'm not gonna bore you with the other tips like having your makeup done, having your nails done, okay? But the tip about your hair being done, I do feel like is true and is very accurate, because when my hair is done, I feel just fresh. I feel blown out, okay? I feel presentable. I feel rich. So that would be my last tip, is having your hair done. There's something about having your hair done that I just feel like is much more of a confidence boost than having my makeup done. And honestly, that could be a total personal preference. I know everyone is kind of a little bit different when it comes to hair or makeup, but something about having your hair done just adds that extra layer of confidence. Okay, I'm expensive, not to be reckoned with. So those are all my techniques and tips on how to look your richest, most expensive self, because it's all about the details, okay? You don't have to spend a lot of money to look expensive. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about some of these tips, or if you have any tips of your own, because I would love to hear. I'm going to leave you with another video recommendation over here, and as always, I hope you have the utmost fabulous day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.